Well, we're finally back after a small hiatus. Season 2, episode 1, now available on every streaming platform that you can think of: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, all that good shit. We're back to give you great content. I am Mr. Patrick Pryor alongside Danielle La Flama Blanca, Val Capone, and Mr. Black Market Ivan. It feels great to be back. So much shit has happened since the last time we've been on air, and I'm just happy to talk wrestling again. Holy shit! Like it's been a minute.
Yes, it
Yes,
has.
it's been a minute.
It's been a dead air kind of minutes, but Pat, you'll do your magic to edit that properly out. So what's going on, everybody? I'm gonna blow you away with a liquor fact, and then we're just
Please
gonna
tell me.
pop into it, crack into it, or whatever you want to.
Give me the fact so that I can open my
Yes,
can.
yes. I think we all need a drink right now.
We all need to open Ivan's can.
Okay. Oh wow. Whoa. That's another
Well,
podcast.
everybody, did you
Let's
know
wrap it up.
that in Japan, the beer cans say alcohol in Braille on the top?
Huh.
Never knew that.
Even
So-
I didn't.
So even when we are old, decrepit, and blind, we can still enjoy the tasty deliciousness of alcohol in Japan because we'll
Yo,
know
that-
what we're drinking,
That's actually smart. That's smart as shit.
right?
That's
That's talk about a country caring about their people.
Caring about the blind.
Oh,
Because the last thing you would want is someone wanting a beer and he's drinking like, bullshit. At least he knows it's in Braille.
hey, if I can't see, I better be able to drink.
I guarantee
Oh, yeah.
there's never been a blunt with Braille on it, Pat. What do you have to say for yourself?
Hey,
I,
I think we need to fucking get that patent.
I think
That-
it probably
that
has
is-
been, but it probably got smoked up as the blunt went along.
That's a pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like-
I think that, yes.
Can we trademark that TM right now?
Yeah.
But, okay, I'm
Skeptical
gonna-
and Blunt.
I'm gonna pop open a delicious red blend called Smoking Loon. So speaking of blunts, I thought this was kind of relevant to start off season 2. Let's see how this pretty little thing sounds.
While you do that, I'm going to go get my bottle of disgusting. I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right. That,
Woo!
that was a nice pop. That was
Nice,
a nice
pop. Okay, I'm gonna pour. Ready? Shh. Yes.
Yeah, that I can tell just by the sound of you pouring that you're going to be slapped during this episode.
Well, you know
I
what?
can tell.
We have to start off the second season with a bang. So, why not, right? What
Yeah,
about you? What about you, Mr. Black Market Ivan? What are you gonna crack open in front of me?
I'm gonna open two things, and that is the official. This is just my official drink now. It's my trademark. It's my thing. I'm gonna open up a Guinness Nitro Stout. Nitrogen
Oh
infused.
wow, that was
Listen to
a good
that.
pop.
Nitrogen infused, and then I'm gonna open my Maker's Mark. Put a little. So I got a shot of Maker's Mark. I've got my can of Guinness. I'm gonna alternate sips, and I have some because I like to eat noisy food on the podcast. I've got a thing of peanuts that I'm gonna munch on like this. Listen.
I think a lot of the Negroids would love to see you munch on nuts
I'm all,
for the show.
We are
munch on these nuts. I'm gonna munch on these nuts, Pat.
we are
Oh,
officially an ASMR and wrestling podcast.
Yes, and while you're munching on that, I am currently, before the podcast, I had a pineapple Patron shot, like 2 of those, and then I had, like I told you guys off air, a Miami Vice, which is a pina colada and strawberry margarita. I was feeling, I was in a Mexican restaurant, and by the way, they got some. Oh man, the tacos. I had two shredded beef and
Beef.
two.
What?
Yeah, I know. I had two shredded beef,
Blasphemous.
and then I had a two like it wasn't vegan, but it was like vegetarian. So it was just basically just rice and beans and like peppers and stuff like that. I didn't want to go too hard because I do have to go to the gym. This is like my new thing I'm doing. Like I'm at the
Hell
gym
yeah.
now.
That's why I wore my Rain in Blood, Rain in Roman shirt for you today while I was at the gym.
Yeah, I wish I would have had that shirt. So yeah, so like I'm going to the gym now. So I can't partake in too much alcohol. So I'm gonna crack open a nice 20-ounce bottle of water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm drinking on tonight. Val, what are you sipping on again?
Well, I also have, because, I don't have any work until spring training starts.
Oh yeah. Sorry to hear that.
So
Unfortunate.
it's fun employment season, ladies and gents. So I do have to keep the balance. So I'm going Simply Balance electrolyte water. But most importantly, when I was at Target buying some electrolyte water, they didn't have the Essentia that I wanted because, Essentia Nation.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the worst alcohol I could possibly get to soothe my savage soul of the Cubs forcing me to unemployment? But I also had to buy something that was a bargain. So I bought Kinky
Ooh.
Oh
Pink.
my! We're
Man.
going bottom shelf this round, aren't
It
we?
was just a
that's
bottom
like
shelf, Danielle.
that is like the Mad Dog 2020 for white people.
I know, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up.
Hey, you know what? But she's participating, fellas. I
Forget
give
the
her a
goat.
round of applause.
Forget the goat. You have cursed the Cubs now with that drink.
The kinky.
But I'm drinking it out of my women's champ mug that I got when Charlotte was the Raw women's champ. I have two little dogs that are about to attack me, by the way. Oh my God.
You know what it
That's
is? They see that beautifully
Can you-
grapefruit.
You see the dogs behind me?
They look so
Fucking
beautiful.
little dogs. So, for the record, this was not only bottom shelf, Danielle. Good fucking call, dude. But this originated at two different price points. The first one was $18.99, and it was so bad.
My God, what? That
Right.
better have been like a year's supply worth.
So they then lowered the price to the bargain basement price of $13.28, but that wasn't enough to get it off the shelves. So I bought it for $9.48. It is a
Man.
naughty fusion of super premium vodka distilled 5 times with succulent. My dogs are crying. Succulent mango, blood orange, and passion fruit.
That is amazing.
For the record, Patrick, don't be racist. I asked the 2 white people that were in the aisle with me, is this the grossest thing you've ever seen? And they were like, absolutely. And then when I went to the counter, the woman at the counter was like, oh my God, that's my favorite thing. I hope you didn't grab the last one. And she was not white. So
That's unfortunate. Well, times are hard right now, so I can't.
yeah,
times are hard.
don't drink it. Look at the white dog is staring at me. The black dog doesn't give a shit. What does that say about Kinky Pink?
Hey, that says a lot. But yeah, man, that's great. That you're drinking Kinky. I guess what we're going to do now is we're going to talk quick.
But there's more.
Oh,
To
there's
celebrate season 2, I have a second alcohol.
more? Oh, whoa! You're doing
this
this
is-
thing.
This is in a paper bag. I like.
I'm not working until April, y'all. Oh.
Is that the infamous liquor of SFOF?
The
Oh,
official
my God.
hangover-inducing Malort.
Malort has
Good old
made
Malort.
his/hers appearance on our season premiere.
I had to.
Shout out to
approve. I approve.
Okay, now the black dog is growling at the white dog. What does this mean? I don't know what's going on. They're
Oh,
the-
I have no idea.
There
I don't
needs
know.
to be a sensitivity training in Val Capone's home.
I know these dogs need to chill out. Everybody just be cool, man. I'm actually drinking for once. Have a good time with life.
Yeah. So while all that stuff is going on, I guess we're going to introduce like the news that's been going on, and I guess I'll start first. Um, Neville, aka Pac, um, is back. He's back at Dragon Gate right now, and he's part of the Red faction. And he looked incredible. I saw a little bit of the footage. I didn't see the actual show, but he looked incredible. And it's crazy that he went back to Dragon Gate a year exactly to the date that he walked out on Monday Night Raw or wherever the fuck it was, 205 Live or whatever. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him because there's rumors that he didn't sign an exclusive deal with him. We know that the King of Pro Wrestling is coming up, it's approaching. So, and I know that Nayato is teasing some shit. So, who knows? So, yeah, that's the news right there. Fucking Pac, aka Neville, aka Adrian Neville, is back wrestling, and he looks jacked. He looks incredible. So, and I'm just gonna say it right now. By the time next year, he will be considered one of the best in the world. So,
I mean, I think he kind of already is. And plus, didn't he? So I've heard the rumor that he would be going part of to be with Naito, but the guy that he beat at Dragon Gate is supposedly trained with him long, long, long time ago.
mm-hmm.
So that might be the next person to step up for the faction. So stable is the rumors I've been hearing, because they like to keep it like in the family kind of thing where they like pay respect to whoever came up with them.
Ah, I see. See, I'm learning new shit.
Yeah, and actually that's what's pretty cool about Neville, Adrian, Pac, Tupac, whatever the fuck you want to call him, is that he could have gone to New Japan, but instead he came up with Dragon Gate, and so he decided his first place back should be the one that helped him get worldwide recognition. So it's pretty cool.
That's cool. And Val, do you got some news to share as well?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a bummer. One of my personal favorites, and I know she's a big time fan favorite in the women's wrestling indie scene, Nicole Matthews from Vancouver, Canada. Yeah, she was recently featured on the Mae Young Classic, taking on Isla Dawn. She beat Isla Dawn in the first round, in round one. We haven't seen her second round quite yet. But she had an issue with her work visa. She apparently, it was expired, or she didn't apply for the new one in time. And now that she's getting so much high profile attention, as opposed to doing an appearance or just being there, she's obviously wrestling on the WWE network. So it was something with the verbiage in her work visa that they wouldn't approve it. So now they've denied her entry into South Canada, aka America, to 5 years. That is huge. Like when I read that, I have her t-shirts. I fucking love her. Every time she's at Shimmer or Rise, I'm screaming my face off for her. She's a badass, awesome human being.
Wait, so she's banned from working, getting a work visa for 5 years?
For up to 5 years. Yeah, that's the general time frame. I'm hoping that, if WWE, sorry, Yip has a squeak toy. If WWE really wants to sign her, they have enough lawyers and enough Connecticut money to figure out a way to get around that. But yeah, for right now, fortunately, and of course, the Mae Young tournament the entire tournament has already been filmed with the exception of the championship, which is October 28th.
That is true.
At Evolution. Yes. I will be there. I will be ringside. I had some bad luck. I'm not able to travel to England for health reasons, and my doctor doesn't want me on a plane for 6 hours. So my work bestie, who's been on the show before, Vinnie Mac, he knew I was super bummed. And so he secured us ringside seats for October 28th, because they said I could fly short distance. I just can't fly long haul right now. So going more than 5-6 hours at a time could be kind of risky for my health. And as much as I love the roller derby and talking about the roller derby, I've decided to withdraw from announcing a tournament there. So that's my personal bummer of news. But on the upside, I'll get to watch the Mae Young Classic finals in person, ringside, with Vinnie Mac.
That's going to be incredible. The card that they got right now looks stacked, so that should be pretty dope.
Real quick, guys. I'm sorry. First of all, Vinnie Mac's not going to show up, just like he didn't show up at Warrior Wrestling 2.
Ooh!
Second of all, Val, do you think, as our Canadian correspondent, do you think that the reason Nicole Matthews' visa has been declined is because of her new T-shirt that was just released on NicoleMatthewsMerch.com, which is a picture of her face and it says Allahu Akbar, boom, Nicole Matthews in the house?
Oh,
I feel like that's like a bootleg shirt that like some of her rivals.
That's a bootleg.
Her rivals from Quebec, because like French Canada and British Columbia Canada don't always get along. Thank goodness Toronto is in the middle and the GTA sorts everything out between the two sides of the country. But everybody thinks that Canadians are nice, and they super are until you cross the line with a fellow Canadian. Then wow, shit gets weird. So no, that's actually a huge lie. I fucking love Canada. If it wasn't for my dream job at Wrigley Field, I would probably live in Toronto, to be perfectly honest with you. And it's not because she smoked weed. Somebody else was asking me that. I was like, no.
It's definitely not because of that.
It better not be, because we definitely support the natural herbal cure.
Yes.
Okay.
I go all organic all the time, yo. That's all I know. Except for when I'm drinking Kinky Pink. Oh my God, what did I just say?
For tonight with your bottom shelf choice. But I got some news from WWE, which is interesting because I normally don't care about the main stuff on WWE, but I did enjoy learning that WWE is filming a Halloween themed special at the Hardy compound with Matt Hardy's Broken Matt, or the Broken Hardy theme. There hasn't been a lot of spoilers, but he has been tweeting. He's definitely embodying the character again. So I look forward to seeing what will come of that, hopefully before All Hallows Eve. By the way, October is, I know it's my favorite month. I'm pretty sure it's all of your favorite months.
Oh yes, I love it.
So
I'm black,
I don't love it right now. I don't love it right now.
But we're, I'm gonna make you all fall in love with it again if you fell out of love, because it's a great time of the year, and I'm here to spread the chills and the thrills. So for the rest of the month, at every show, I'm gonna try to drop some Halloween themed or wrestling spooky trivia. We'll see what happens, but I want to get you all in the spirit because it's a great time of year, and why not, right?
I cannot reveal what it is, Danielle, but you definitely want to be at the show at Freelance Wrestling October 19th. I cannot reveal what my involvement is, but you do not want to miss it.
I think I'm going to be there. And like I said, I've been wanting to get engaged more with Freelance. So
man, there are so many days I'm going to have to call off from my main employment because I'm missing all these things. So,
well, and I'll talk more about it later, but October 19th, put it on your calendar now. Logan Square Auditorium, Freelance Wrestling, excuse me. It came from Beneath the Ring.
Ooh, I like the way that sounds.
I know, it's great.
All right, Mr. Black Market Ivan, what news do you have for us?
With the Skrilla from the Fox deal, word on the street has it that World Wrestling Entertainment, formerly known as the World Wrestling Federation, formerly known as Worldwide Wrestling Federation, may open more performance centers around the globe, which would be awesome, especially with NXT UK.
In Chicago, please be in Chicago.
Man, that would be nice.
I thought about UK first, so I didn't even think about Chicago.
Man, okay, so will that mean they will record episodes so I can become the new bitch face Izzy of Chicagoland?
I'm pretty sure I kind of already hold that title. Let's be real. People ask if I'm a plant every time I'm at a show, and I'm like, no, I'm just a 12-year-old in a 40-year-old's body. So, and I did wear my Bailey headband today at the gym. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh man, but that would be nice if they did that. If they opened up the more performance centers, and who knows, maybe they could start taping NXTs in those cities and towns and stuff like that. That would be nice, you know. So definitely looking forward to that. That's incredible news. Hopefully that hopefully WWE doesn't sell out too much with all this bukus of money that they're getting lately. You know, because they've been, they just got about 20 billion from Saudi Arabia, and I don't want to get into that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't speak to that. I'm a woman.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, only me and Ivan can talk about this. Everybody, be quiet right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, but yeah, that's incredible news. Hopefully, WWE does some good things with these new performance centers around the globe. But speaking of performance centers and shit like that, Danielle, can you tell us about what happened on NXT?
Oh, yes, the highlights of the WWE roster here in their shows. We open this night with Miss Nikki Cross doing a little of her crazy promo, and for all the local people in Chicagoland, her little promo looked like she was auditioning for Statesville Haunted Prison haunted house. She was speaking to herself, and they had the fog going and this kind of cellar backdrop. I dig it because, again, it's my favorite time of year. So give me all the creepy shit you got. So after that, we followed up with a match between Lacey Evans and Candice LeRae. And that has stemmed because Miss Lacey Evans has been taunting Candice about being a bad wife and whatever. I don't know how I feel about this type of topic being a reason to start a feud, because, yes, they've established that Candice LeRae is is married to Johnny Wrestling, and there's this love, beautiful, harmonious thing that they got going on. But throughout the match, she was like, "You're a terrible wife," and I just don't care for that type of ring jargon. So, but anyways, Lacey Evans gives Candice the woman's right and defeats her with a nice pin. I actually enjoyed it. And then we followed up with a little promo of the North American Championship that's going to be next week, which is between Adam Cole, Ricochet, and Dunn. They're kind of building it up, which they should. It's going to be no holds bar. I look forward to it. And then, as you all can see in the notes, the Forgotten Sons had a promo, and I think they have to keep doing these dumb promos because everybody forgets about them. Get it?
Yeah.
And
Forgotten Sons. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I don't give a shit. We're going to move on. Then, another promo with Ciampa with his jigsaw-looking camera.
I love him.
Love him, but what is up with his iPhone original style of filming?
He just wants you to hate him even more.
I actually love it, but it kind of bothers me on how bad the quality is. But he ends up calling out Velveteen Dream, and he even tweeted something about punching him in his face.
In his stupid face?
Yeah, he made definitely check out Ciampa's tweets on Twitter. They're pretty amazing.
It was pretty good.
We followed that up with a dumb match that I'm just going to skip over of the Forgotten Sons because let's forget about them. They beat some jobbers and we're moving on. Another promo, pretty much promoting, I would say, Evolution, and it was the only promotion about this pay-per-view with Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler, and we will see that come ahead on October 28th. And we will have ringside correspondence now, so I'm super excited to see what Val will cover with that. And then, again, another blessed live promo of Bianca Belair talking about Nikki Cross's promo from the beginning of the episode and it being played with, because in the promo, Nikki kept saying, "I'm going to play with you," and again, there's always these undertones of sexuality I feel they do with the women still. Luckily, it's not in your face, but I definitely picked up on that vibe. But you know, I love Bianca Belair, so anything that she's in, I'm there.
Yes, indeed.
And we had a match which, okay, I you know, I know I'm kind of a casual fan at this point, as we speak, because there's just a lot happening on my end. But Johnny Wrestling fought Tony Nese. Now, you guys maybe can enlighten me once I finish up the segment here of why 205 Live is kind of trickling back into NXT. But actually, Tony Nese wasn't on NXT, I don't believe. But there was a pretty amazing match. I like the flippy shit that is part of 205 Live, and they did that in this match with Johnny Gargano. And Tony Nese is phenomenal. Like, great match. The highlight match of the night, I would say. You didn't really know who was going to win it. But Johnny Wrestling did end up defeating Tony Nese. Boo!
Yeah, everything said Johnny Wrestling is back. I was like, okay, so he beat a 205 guy. Cool.
Yeah. But I'm going to follow it up with a Val alert. They had a little reintroduction, if I would say, of Birch and Lorcan as a tag team, a recovering tag team. And I say Val alert is because they showed a lot of clips of TakeOver Chicago, and they zoomed in on the background, which you saw Miss Val Capone screaming her beautiful face off. And
oh, really? I just saw it because I think they're both fucking awesome. That's why I was freaking out.
It was no, it's beautiful. Every time I see you on screen, I'm always going to shout you out. So
that's so funny. I legit was working last night.
Oh, and I think, okay, with this, I just have a brainstorming idea. Okay, you're at Evolution and you're at ringside. Girl, we got to get you shirts. We got to get all the SFOF merch on you so you can represent.
Oh, yeah. We will get that. Yeah,
give a shirt to that guy with the long hair that brings his mom to every show, too.
Simon? You want me to give a shirt to Simon?
I forgot his name. It's a very forgettable name. Just give it to the guy.
Simon.
I'm just saying, we're brainstorming while giving the best show ever. Anyways, we're going to close out NXT this week with the main event between Lars Sullivan and EC3. So I, in our notes, named it the Battered Beefcake Match. And I call it that because these two boys, or large beefcake of men, they bruised, battered, and bled throughout the match. Lars Sullivan's back has literal bruising indentations of the stairs of how many times EC3 threw him against the corners. Ugh, rough. Yowza. The whole match. And EC3, when the match was over, his face was all bloody. In a long story short, Lars Sullivan, because I can't speak, Lars Sullivan defeated EC3. It wasn't the best match of the night, but I would say it was the second best. I cannot speak for the life of me.
We'll blame
36 minutes. 36 minutes world record.
Oh my God.
Pinky pink.
And I'm not. Okay, we're just gonna move on from that. Sorry, everybody. I just wanted to reference something from last week that since we didn't have an episode, since today I watched. And they're all about promoting WWE store merchandise, etc. on NXT. We all hear it. Mauro talks about it all the time. Now, this week they did not promote their WWE CustomTees.com website, and all last week they did. I find that kind of interesting because,
I'm all about merch conspiracies. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why I'm still alive. But last week they were really focusing on the Connor's Cure element, so that's why they kept talking about it. For the last 2 weeks, they were trying to raise money for the auctions of like specific merch you could only get on custom WWE Custom.
Oh, that does make sense because
I totally have a Charlotte Flair shirt, whatever.
I feel this week they did not unless if I just happen to be turning away in that second. I did not see any type of screen crawl of them advertising this WWE CustomTees.com. And I didn't know what actually, Val, since you are our WWE
Creep,
merch
the
girl,
resident creep.
Is that the actual website that you buy the stuff from?
So I have bought the Charlotte custom shirt because I really dig it, but that is not where I generally just go to the www.shop.com and I buy whatever's on clearance or the dumbest thing I can find.
Okay, because I just was so blown away that it was a ripoff of Pro Wrestling Tees.
I think it kind of is that a little bit, but not really. I mean, like the Pro Wrestling Tees is more so for the indie wrestler and the sports entertainer that isn't showcased on WWE as often. Like there's a whole Andre the Giant store. I got my dad the I'm with the Brute Squad t-shirt, tall dad, and a 4XL Andre shirt.
Yep.
You know, and then like there's a whole Macho Man store. They have Young Bucks. They have like the super kick shoes, you know. So I mean they have like everything. It's not necessarily custom, but you can do some customizable stuff. Like I bought a Candice LeRae shirt from her PWG where she and Joey took the titles from the Young Bucks and she ended up all bloodied in her rainbow outfit, you know.
Yeah.
And I got that and I could get it on a youth large because that's the closest to like a woman's style shirt once I cut the sleeves off, but it's not particularly like the women's shirts because I don't like the way they fit. No. So I go youth XL or youth large in all my t-shirts. So you can kind of customize it, but it's not. The thing with the WWE custom shop is really it's like you have X amount of designs and you could put them on various different shirts.
Oh, okay. So it's their sister brand, if you want to say. Yeah, so okay, yeah. So I get it.
So like I have the Charlotte Flair Dynasty shirt, for example, because fucking A right. And I got the one that they released for sale first the day it came out because I'm that guy. And it's on a black t-shirt. I got a youth large, cut the sleeves off. It looks fantastic. But then they came out with the custom tees site on the www.shop.com. The link on that, and now I have the very same logo but on like a really rad like thin but good quality, like it's a women's racerback tank top, which is a great cut when you lift the weights because it showcases your sweet Star Wars tattoos. And you know, purple is my favorite color. Purple and like Cubs blue are my two jams. So I was like, oh, the Charlotte Flair logo itself lends really well to purple. So I was very excited to buy that. Otherwise, normally I would just buy whatever's on clearance because let's be honest, I'm unemployed until April, guys. Come on.
It's all good. It's all good.
Well, thank you, Val. I did need some clarification on that. But overall, that was NXT, everybody. So, Patrick.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about what I didn't see on 205 Live?
Well, it was a very quick show as usual. Still don't get why I get why they moved to before SmackDown, but I wish, you know, people would come out and actually see the show because 205 Live has been all right. The first match was Tozawa defeating Jack Gallagher. You know, decent match. Nothing really to talk about out of that. And Kalisto defeated TJP. And after the match, TJP being the true heel that he is, he ripped off Kalisto's mask. After the match, which I feel like Kalisto has had his mask ripped off 87 times since he's been in the WWE. So yeah, and then after that, it was a little segment where Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher, they assaulted the Brian Kendrick, saying that he was the weakest link in their group. So I don't know if he's kicked out or they just punished him or something like that. I'm not sure. But they also promoted Leo Rush having an open challenge on next week. So that should be very interesting. And that was 205 Live in about 2 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, that was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I like it.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, 205 Live. I guess I'll just go into Raw because I did something different this time. I watched Raw and got completely baked. Like
Okay, I just laughed so hard into my whiskey shot glass and whiskey shot into my eyes.
oh man, I know that burns.
You're doing it wrong.
I know.
This is a horrific scene, everybody. This is in front of my face.
Don't make jokes when I'm drinking, Patrick.
My bad.
Sure Stinky Pink is a horrific scene, Danielle.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I guess I'm going to trash ass Raw. You know, like I said, I watched this show completely baked. I mean, like I think I smoked maybe 3 blunts that day because I was celebrating the Forza shit that happened. So we start out the show with Charlie Caruso in the ring, and she's asking Dean Ambrose like these questions, and he's like, oh, the Shield, we're not a brand, we're a brotherhood.
Ew.
Why are you sounding like Randy Savage?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Or Jay Lethal being Randy
Savage. Yeah, I guess every white person has a raspy voice to me, I guess. I don't know. So
well, thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Besides you two. Besides you guys don't have raspy
Hey,
voices.
as long as it makes us money, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So Baron Corbin comes out, he makes a match. Because Dean Ambrose like, how about me and you? We fight now. And he's like, no, I'm gonna give you Braun Strowman. Actually was a decent match. Obviously the greatest wrestler in the last 40 years. Roman Reigns comes in, interferes in the match, and of course that disqualifies Dean Ambrose. But I get why they did it. Braun Strowman not losing, and Dean Ambrose, it's kind of like, you know how they do it. So, out comes the Shield. They come in and rescue Mr. Dean Ambrose, and I guess Baron Corbin came out and he said, we're gonna make another match, and I'll get to that later on. Actually, no, I'll get into it right now. Roman Reigns defeated Dolph Ziggler, which was actually a decent match. He attempted to defend the Universal title, and Corbin prohibited, which I don't understand. And I'll talk about it after I'm done with it. Like the logic that WWE has done this last year is just piss, like just actual piss. Ronda Rousey defeated Ruby Riott, which I thought was the match of the night. I know you neckbeards probably was going to think I was, piss break. No, this was actually a good ass fucking match. Like I was surprised, and I hope that Ruby Riott and Ronda Rousey actually have like a program. Like, it was pretty dope. Surprise of the night, Connor from the Ascension defeated Bobby Roode. Bobby, man, thoughts and prayers to you during your time of mourning, because dude, this is losing streak, and the fucking Ascension are acting like they're fucking Bullet Club or something, like they're getting all the wins.
Yeah, but didn't he just beat fucking Bobby Roode's new little sidekick, Chad Gable, like a week ago? And it was his first ever singles match, and it was his first ever singles victory in the history of Raw.
Yeah, the Ascension, Connor and Victor, they both picked up victories, and now they're the new Young Bucks, I guess.
No, wow. Don't you dare! Oh my God, I'm gonna flip this table. I swear I'll do it.
I'm sorry. My hey, don't yell at me. It's a sensitive time in the world right now with whites and blacks. Okay, all right. So the next match, the B team defeated the Revival, which is I am befuddled by that. But anyway, AOP attacked B team after that, and just basically destroyed them after that. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins after that, and it was a non-title match. Of course, Dolph Ziggler ran in and caused a distraction for McIntyre to hit the Claymore on what's-his-face, Rollins. And, of course, after the match, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, and Dean Ambrose all come out to the ring, and the Heels, they got the best of the fight and hit all their finishers on the Shield. So that was the end of that. The next match was Kevin Owens, who I think is the MVP of the WWE. He defeated Bobby Lashley. Before the match, though, um, Kevin Owens and Elias, they got the most heat I've heard in the WWE in, I'd say, in the last 15 years. They were getting booed for about a year, like not a year, a minute straight, like nonstop booing. I've never seen anything like that. Um,
Other than Roman.
Other than Roman, yeah. I didn't want to bring that up. That
Sorry, babe.
That never happens. But
he never retired the Taker. Nobody ever got mad at him.
Yeah. So, Kevin Owens, he beat Bobby Lashley. And at the end of the match, of course, they beat the shit out of Leo Rush as well. Sorry, piss break match. Bayley defeated Alicia Fox. It's not because they're women. It was just a shitty match. I just didn't care for it. And if it wasn't for this match, you would have never. I forgot Finn Balor was even on Raw. This was his involvement on the show. He was, because they're promoting the mixed tag team stuff, and Alicia Fox came out with Jinder Mahal, and Bayley came out with Finn Balor. Then we had a segment that reminded me of, I thought we was in 97 again. Shawn Michaels ended the show with the promo about, them having this last time ever match, which won't be the last time ever because these two Nimrods are going to be tagged up and they're probably going to fight at the Crown Jewel or whatever. And, Michael said he'll be in Triple H's corner and Kane will be in Undertaker's. And, then out of nowhere, fucking Kane appears, beats the shit out of Shawn Michaels, and then the Undertaker appears, and they're about to, choke slam him or tombstone him or whatever. And then fucking Triple H runs out, and he gets the shit beat out of him. And now you got two bald-headed guys laid out, and you got a ring full of 50-year-old men in the ring, and that's how it ended with the Brothers of Destruction leaving the ramp. My thoughts on the show, quick shit. Number one, when they're promoting Shawn Michaels, they are using his promo picture from WrestleMania 23. So I don't know. What was that?
Like for real, or
yeah,
it just looks that edited.
No.
They're using the actual photo that he had his match with, I believe, against Cena, where he has like hair and he's looking young and shit. They're using that.
Not cross-eyed.
Yeah, he's not. He wasn't cross-eyed yet. So that was really weird, and it's I hate that they're using promo pics from 2004 to promote upcoming matches or whatever. Another thing, and before we start, this is a disclaimer. These opinions are only mine and mine's only. I want to talk about, because it's October and it's the Susan G. Komen stuff that they got going on. First of all, I think that whole thing is like like a scam or whatever.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
I don't really fuck with that. I don't like the fact. I strongly dislike how Ultimate Warrior has been celebrated in the company. I get kind of angry every time she, presents this Warrior Award that's supposed to be, about people that are uplifting and, just brave. And I could just YouTube Ultimate Warrior making homophobic comments and saying a whole bunch of crazy shit. And a lot of times when we look at these, when they have her come for the Susan G. Komen thing, and she does the Hall of Fame, she spends 80% of the time putting over Ultimate Warrior. And it's not about that. It's about the people that are fighting breast cancer or the people that are receiving awards. So I didn't like that. I want to, and the final hour of Monday Night Raw lost 300,000 people in the last hour, and this was the lowest rated Raw. Yeah, woof.
Wolf is right. Oh my gosh.
That you know what?
Right when you started talking about Warrior, Yippee started attacking a Chewbacca squeak toy, and now Coco's freaking out.
I'm sorry. I thought they were barking because Roman Reigns was in that last hour and they wanted to see more of him. So they were chanting for the big dog.
Big dog, yeah. The little dogs want to see the big dog.
The little dogs want to see the big dogs. But yeah, once again, like I said, Kevin Owens, once again, MVP. If you want him to be a heel, he can get it done. If you want comedy from him, done. Cowardly heel, done. Pairing with someone random like Elias, done. And he's made everything work. And the last thing I wanted, two more things. Okay, so Alexa Bliss cut a "Don't Be a Bully" kind of promo thing, kind of something similar to what she did with Nia, but this was to Trish Stratus. And she said that she met Trish when she was 7 years old and Trish wouldn't give her an autograph. Now, look, the neck beard in me wanted to go and see if that was true. Alexa Bliss was 7 years old in 1997. And at that time, Trish Stratus wasn't even in the WWE.
Bingo.
Wasn't even there. So this this feud that you're trying to get off the ground is pissed because we're not dumb, okay? And the last thing I want to say that didn't make any sense with Monday Night Raw is Baron Corbin, okay? If you're this heel GM or whatever, why the fuck did you make non-title matches when the Dogs of War are kind of like your boys or whatever? So, you would think Ziggler and McIntyre would want title opportunities given to them. So why put them in non-title matches? It made no sense at all. But that was my view on Raw. I thought it was piss poor. Again, a weak Monday Night Raw going into the Super Showdown in Australia or whatever. Yeah, piss. That's all I gotta say about Raw. I guess we can move right into SmackDown and shit. So take it away.
Well, everybody knows how Joe is being like a super stalker creep, and apparently last week when he attempted to sneak into AJ Styles' house, which had some super janky and questionable mailbox issues, just saying, breaking kayfabe, but that was the absolute worst thing that anybody has ever seen in the history of time and space, according to the brass of the WWE, as opposed to something as most recent as, Randy Orton burning down Bray Wyatt's house or all the other crazy shit that we see week after week. But apparently trying to sneak into AJ Styles' house was the worst thing ever, even though the cops show up, so he never was actually there. But regardless, he's still fired, says Paige. And then AJ beams in, so neither of them are even fucking there. Like, no promo from either of them, no match, no nothing. It was pretty stupid going into the go-home of this decent to interesting feud. And so AJ said, no, he wants to take on Joe. They should, stop it, guys. They should still rip into each other in Melbourne, Australia, at the Super Showdown. So they're still going to wrestle, but it was just basically AJ being like, no, I've got my family. They'll be safe. I'll be here until I go to Australia. It was stupid. Speaking of stupid, I cannot believe that Zelina and fucking Cien Almas lost to R-Truth, to the Fab Truth, or whatever the hell they're calling themselves. Like, I love a good dance break. I think R-Truth is amazing. He's one of my favorites, and he has been for a while. And honestly, now that Mella is more silly rather than shrieky and whiny, and I actually like her brunette hair. I don't mind her. And I thought it was, she...
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, so she's not... She's Carmella. She's not Mella is money. I'm shrieky. I'm annoying. I feel like I deserve so much when I really don't deserve anything. I don't mind her as much when she's fun and lighthearted and being like, what's up with R-Truth. But you could put like a pile of dog shit next to R-Truth, and I would be like, oh, that's a great pile of poop, because he's great and he makes everybody better. But anyway, I couldn't even believe that they beat Andrade Cien Alma and Zelina Vega, which is supposed to be like the up and coming, It was a fun match, but it just really irritated me. Something that was also super irritating was Mick Foley's Yippee. Mick Foley's son, Dewey, is Mr. Bootyworth. And
hold on, so wait a minute, that was Dewey?
That's Dewey, yeah.
Holy shit, I learned something new.
Yeah, see? Bringing you all the hot takes. So he was going to explain to, he's been behind the scenes writing for WWE for a couple of years now. And they often do that. They'll often take a guy or a girl from the back and interject them into the storyline. Like Sarah Logan was on before. I mean, there's been a couple other people that have been mixed in. Chelsea Green was like a doctor, physical therapist for, Daniel Bryan. I mean, they do that all the time. So anyway, that's Dewey Foley, which is interesting. Fun fact. But he basically never got a chance to show us how all the magical New Day pancakes get made before the bar, smothered him in batter, or battered him, I guess you could say. They battered him. It was like almost, I love New Day and I really enjoy the bar and I like the comedic relief, but it was almost like too obnoxious. Are they crossing the line? Are they jumping that shark? Like, is Arthur Fonzarelli just like standing right behind them? I can't really tell. So Ty Dillinger wanted a match with Randy Orton, but instead it never really even started since the Perfect 10 attacked Clandy before the belt could even ring. It didn't matter though, because creepy ass douche, Randy Orton, decided to snag Dillinger's digits in the ring wires, and it was like, ugh, like it just. So then, quite possibly,
Oh my god!
The fuck?
Something just fall into the cellar pit. Like, what was that noise?
Oh my god! I witnessed this sound effect. Oh my god!
Both the little dogs got very scared.
So what you do to Randy Orton's 8-inch digit?
Okay. So anyway, speaking of 8-inch, Aiden, English, probably what I thought was one of the best segments of the night was like the one night in Milwaukee with Aiden English. And he was trying to prove that Lana cheated on Rusev, in fact. He showed some footage of her saying, I want you, but like it could have been like, hey, I want you to tag team with Rusev. It could have been, I want you to go get me more iced coffee. I want you to help me with my Russian accent because I keep forgetting that I'm not actually Russian. And so I slip, in and out of this stupid accent all the time. Like, who knows what he could have, you know what I mean? So he said he would show us, he said he would show us more footage later, but he wouldn't want to cheat on TMZ, and he already promised them the footage. So Rusev basically told Lana, we're not going to discuss this here in front of everyone, and so on and so forth. And I don't know if you've been following them on Instagram or anything like that, but pretty much everything that they've done has been like them being a super cute couple, and like her running in the ocean and him like talking to her, and then all of a sudden he'll just go, Milwaukee. Like it's pretty interesting, like, to see what they're doing on social media with it. So then also at the Super Showdown in Melbourne, Australia, Daniel Bryan is taking on The Miz for a shot at a championship match. It would be the number one contender for the WWE Championship. But, no big deal. Huge match coming up on the other side of the globe. So why not lose to Shelton Benjamin, right? Mainly because The Miz was a distraction, and eventually he got another taste of Mizannon's skull-crushing finale, which I'm sure that probably means that I don't care. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So, kind of like Patrick was saying, it kind of bothers me. Like, I love that they're showing support to breast cancer survivors, and like Naomi brought out a bunch of breast cancer survivors, which was super rad. But it kind of like irritates me that they only have these moments leading into the women's matches, because women aren't the only people affected by breast cancer. I know it's pretty rare for a man to have diagnosed with breast cancer. It's not as common, I should say, not necessarily pretty rare. It's just not as common. But like, men are super affected by breast cancer also. So I don't know why it's always the lead into the women's match. It just always seems super awkward, and the placement. Plus, again, the whole Ultimate Warrior BS, gross. But anyhow, Asuka beat Peyton Royce via submission, even though pretty much the entire match was dominated by the Aussie. So who knows? This is a make-believe tag team of Asuka and Naomi taking on an actual tag team of the Iconics, who are Australians, so they'll be on their home turf. So I don't know, maybe this is when they start winning and stop losing all the time. So then, speaking of Super Showdown, Becky shows a video of herself beating up the Queen, and then, which I thought was a great, like, storyline. She revealed her very own Super Showdown poster because she was omitted from the official poster. And
oh yes, right, yeah.
Man, oh man, a Shevitz. I wish I could be ringside for this shit because I want to see if she's on the chairs or not. So if anybody has any way to find out, whether it be they're going there themselves or they have a friend in Australia or whatever, I want to know if because usually whatever the official poster is similar to, if not the exact artwork that they put on the ringside chairs. And so I wonder if they're going to like put the Becky artwork or if they're going to put the official poster. Either way, even though it like bummed me out as a Charlotte fan, I loved it as the Becky's kind of a heel now. Even though everybody still loves her and she still gets cheered for the face. But my dog's growling at that. Both the dogs are growling right now.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, so it's Becky like standing atop a face down Charlotte and Becky holding the belt up high, which is pretty awesome. Charlotte comes out, everybody booed her. Please don't boo the Woo. Like, they're like, I just hate that they're kind of making her into the female Roman. I'm sorry, Patrick. Even the dogs aren't happy about it.
I know.
Dogs, stop. Even the dogs are not happy about it. Oof. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Little dogs on parade. Go elsewhere, dogs. Okay. Maybe you don't want to hear about the Mae Young Classic round 2. I don't know. Okay. Yippee, leave her alone. Sorry, my dogs are going crazy.
Oh no! Look, man, look, they're part of the show too. Yippie's been a part of a couple shows.
Well, I'm house sitting and dog sitting for Coco for 6 months while her mama is in India. So now I have 2 little dogs to make noise in the background while my bits are happening. Anyway, so Mae Young Classic. It was pretty good for the most part. I really, really enjoyed it. Oh, wow. We're going to have Mae Young Classic right here. Okay. So Casey Catanzaro, she is the former American Ninja Warrior. She's the first. Yeah, I know. She's not a wrestler, but she's learning. She is the first woman to ever climb the warped wall, and it's like a big deal because she's 5 feet tall and all this and that. She took on Rhea Ripley, who I know Danielle also really loves a lot. I love Rhea.
Yes, everything about that amazing hot girl I'm all about. She's the female version of Pete Dunne, and I love him.
All right, there's 2 little dogs fighting in the living room right now, so I'm gonna try to walk in the kitchen. Oh, hi little dog. Yeah, I was just gonna say she is like the snarly, gnarly, badass female version of Pete Dunne. They even have like the angular haircuts and everything. Similar, like strong style beat down, just beat the shit out of their opponents until they submit kind of thing. And I was actually pretty shocked at how much time they gave to Casey. Wow, Yippee is running laps in the house right now, you guys. She did a lot of acrobatics and a lot of flip-flops and things like that. She obviously, they spoke to her gymnastics background. There was one spot that she missed the rope, and I thought she was going to fucking crotch herself and tear her vagina too. But
whoa, neckbeard alert.
Yeah, there's one spot where she like goes to jump off the rope and like misses, but she recovered really well. So, I mean, I don't know. She's been training for only a year and she's looking pretty good. I have a hard time believing that somebody with such little experience would be able to take on Rhea Ripley and be successful. But she was fairly successful, but Rhea took the win in the end, so she's going to advance. I can't recall which match was second or third because I watched it last night and I watched it, after working and being devastated about the Cubs. But, so Lady Godzilla, Hiroyo Matsumoto, who I just love her. I think she's great and I want to be her new best friend. And I just want her to like flip her hair all over the place and just like, like every time. I just want to walk down the street with her and watch her make the Godzilla hand, screaming at strangers. Oh my God. But she took on the fan favorite in Toni Storm, who everybody is kind of pegging to be one of the finalists. So we'll see. She is currently on the NXT UK roster, and she is amazing. It was a great match overall. There was a second there where I thought that Lady Godzilla was going to take the win, but Toni Storm came out strong at the very last minute, and just watch this match. It's all I can say. I don't want to ruin it because it's so fucking good. So Toni Storm is also advancing. The kind of lame match of the night for me, which it wasn't even lame, it wasn't bad, but I just don't get this Lacey Lane. I don't understand her.
Lacey Lane, yeah, I'm not really a fan.
I just feel like Lacey lame, you know, which I know is shitty.
Lacey Lane.
I should be supportive of her because she's she's putting it out there. She's working real hard. But there's something about Tainara Kanchi that I really like, that she's not just a pretty face. She's a badass, and she's a black belt, and she's amazing. But she ended up losing to the, as I put in the notes, the upstart underdog. Lacey Lane came out the victor. And I don't know if it's because she's actually from the area that Full Sail University is in, or I don't know why they didn't go at Tainara, because Kanchi was in last year's and she did well last year, and she did great in the first round. But so we have very predictable. Wow, I'm shocked. And then this last match, I think it's the match of the tournament so far. And my notes said, holy living fuck, because that's how I felt. Like it was so good. It was Meiko Satomura, who is essentially a living legend. Like, she first appeared on American wrestling television with WCW in '97, but she's been one of the stalwarts of Japanese women's wrestling. She's just amazing and brutal and beautiful, and she'll kill you twice. She's like, maybe when Minoru Suzuki Capone and I finally get our little house somewhere near Tokyo Disney, she'll probably be our neighbor, I feel like. That's how much I love her. Yes. But she battled it out with Mercedes Martinez, who also is one of my favorites. I've been watching her for years. She used to be part of a stable with Shayna Baszler in Shimmer. Oh, she's so boss. She's from Connecticut. She's just so good. And this whole match was just full of hard hits, perfectly timed, everything calculated beautifully. I really didn't know which way it was going to go. And again, just watch this match. This whole night was great. You can kind of skip over the Kanchi versus Lane, but the other three, holy shit, especially this last one. Meiko Satomura took the win. Will be going on, and it was just the love and the respect and the adoration. Both women just sat in the center of the ring, head to head, embracing each other, and it was just fucking beautiful. And it's everything that I love about women's wrestling was this final match. So Male Classic, I definitely rate it not quite 5 because of the Kanchi Lane kind of being mildly unforgettable, but it was definitely I don't do stars. I'm not fucking kidding. I want to watch it again. That's how much I enjoyed it. So.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely heard a lot of good things about that match. So I haven't checked it out yet, but I'm definitely going to do that sometime, maybe tomorrow. I got some time tomorrow to do it. Definitely going to check it out.
Yeah, it's really good. I would highly recommend watching the entire show, but especially the Rhea Ripley. Casey was interesting just to watch Casey flourish as a wrestler. The Lady Godzilla versus Rockstar Toni Storm, that was fucking textbook brilliance. Again, the Kanchi versus Lane was all right, it was a fun match. It wasn't bad. But yeah, the final match, definitely watch it.
That is dope. So now that we're done with the women's Mae Young Classic, Mr. Ivan, can you tell? I guess we can start the fucking what's this? We're doing a Super Showdown preview. So can you give us?
Oh man, you straight up skipped the whole section. Wait, no, never mind. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm an idiot.
Did you get?
Let's review. Let's review the notes, Mr. Blackmark.
I
Ivan.
know. I was too far down on my mobile phone.
So
you got whiskey in your eye.
I'm still rocking the Motorola Razr V3 and the Google Docs. You're right. My bad. Superstar Showdown in Australia, down under where I like to be this Saturday.
Yes.
I'm going to run over the matches, and then afterwards, I'm going to ask you guys what you think about the matches. First, we've got Cedric, surprise, Alexander, the current Cruiserweight champion, versus Buddy Murphy for said title.
I literally spit out my wine right now.
Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics. Now, will they be? They are. I was thinking, are they New Zealand or Australia? But yeah, so they will be hometown heroes. Oh, come on, New Day versus the Bar. I'm sorry, Tyler Perry's the New Day versus the Bar for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. The New Day are the reigning champions. Daniel Bryan versus the Miz. Let's hope it pays off. Let's hope they are able to give it one more shot. Daniel's pouring one out for Daniel Bryan, the wasted opportunity of all time. Then the even Australians have to piss, guys. Even though the toilet's flushed, whatever, the opposite clockwise, I don't know. John Cena and Bobby Eyebrows versus Kevin Owens and Elias.
So sad.
For no reason whatsoever. Next, we have Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch is the current champion. Then Ronda Rousey and the Concussion Twins.
Wrong.
What?
Oh,
what's wrong? That's what I said.
No, you didn't.
Becky Lynch is the current champion versus Charlotte Flair.
Pat, roll back the tape.
Ronda Rousey.
Roll back the tape.
And the botched kick twins versus the Riot Squad. Then we've got AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles is the champ. Then the Shield versus the Dogs of War, otherwise known as Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre, aka Bulge Candy.
I'm sweating thinking about that match.
What?
Bulge Candy, that's his new name. Didn't you see the shirt? Didn't you see the merch? Then
wait, are you serious?
Then the last time ever.
Believe me, I would have bought them for us already.
Bulge Candy.
That's funny.
It should be like a picture of Willy Wonka with a huge bulge, and it's like.
Hey, I love Gene Wilder.
I know.
Don't.
Imagine what he had down on.
Whoa.
He died, right?
That's another
he's dead. So is his wife, Gilda Radner.
I can't wait to see that movie.
Well, so I mean, there's still a bone down there, right?
Just so you know, the McIntyre shirt does say "What lies within" on the back. If only it said that on the. Girl, Danielle, the women's authentic T-shirt is $5.95.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay,
I
digress.
That's disgusting.
I mean, there. I can already see the video clip title: "Scottish man hits woman with his claymore."
Oh man! Wow.
I don't know what it's so bad.
And then
Danielle, we gotta get these. We have to make these matching shirts.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
And then the two men fighting in a retirement home over who won the bingo match: Undertaker versus Triple H.
Oh God, I kind of am hurt, but I love that comment at the same time.
And guys, so that was it. So I'm gonna loop around since Val's still hot and still on fire from the last two shows here. Val, what are your thoughts? What's the highlight of the show, and what's the low light?
Is that this Sunday?
This Saturday.
I guess our time Saturday.
Saturday,
The highlight is I'm working 3 shifts in a row, so I won't be able to watch this. The low light is that it will live on the network forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's so depressing.
I have to work 10:45 in the a.m. at Nisei Lounge if anybody wants to watch sports ball and drink Malort with me. Then I'm working some show at the Riv. Then, for all of you that are neckbeard stalking me, I will be closing down Flatirons. I will be working like 17 hours in a row, and that is better than having to sit through this entire pay-per-view.
Tired, vulnerable, and very kidnappable.
Correct.
Now that we've
You said
triangulated
the
your location for Saturday.
That's all right.
Kinky pinks on me, guys. Kinky pinks on me.
Neckbeards aren't fit enough to kidnap anyone, anyways.
That's very true.
So, okay, Pat, what are you excited for, and what's the piss break? What's the down
Nothing. Don't give a shit. The whole thing is a piss break to me.
I legit muted myself because I took a piss break while you're reading out the card because I don't give a fuck.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Daniel?
it's a piss break. I don't give a shit about it.
I don't actually care. I mean, the only thing I care about is seeing a Claymore. I just one. Just give me something. And I okay. I kind of have a soft spot for Triple H. I always have. That's like a child.
Yeah, but Shawn Michaels shave his head.
I know, but it's like the 13-year-old girl in me is like, he was my crush. I was crushing on him back in the 90s because I'm just aging myself right now. So okay, that's.
I just want
whatever.
I just want Braun Strowman to pick up who's the smallest member of the Shield, Dean Ambrose, and say, "I'm gonna put you in my pouch like a little Joey."
Wow, what if that actually happens?
If it
we
happens,
all need a
you all
drink if
need
that happens.
You need to take 3 shots of Malort if he actually says that.
That would be the greatest thing that ever happened in the history of WWE if that actually happened.
I'm with Val on that. Hashtag
pouch.
white girls. We will both be doing that.
Think about
that's hilarious.
It could happen, Pat.
Hey, I'm just here, man.
Can we talk about Jack Baber Jr.?
Yeah,
right.
let's take it across the pond.
Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, hold on. We're already in the future in Australia, and all we have to do is
we gotta go
up.
back. We gotta go
that's
back.
Right. We gotta go back. I take it back because we're technically in the United States.
Gotta bring the beat back, y'all.
Oh man, if you're in Australia, all you have to do is go up, and we're going to
just go up. Yeah.
No, we're not. We're actually in Long Beach. My bad. I fucked it all
you have
up.
to go up and then a week back. Marty, the timelines are messed up, Marty. You have to go back to 1888 and have sex with your mother to fix the timeline.
No, it was 1955.
I don't
1955. If you're gonna quote Back to the Future, get the right year. Shit.
I hate all of this.
Oh my lord.
New Japan Pro Wrestling Fighting Spirit Unleashed. Long Beach Walter Pyramid on 9/30/18. I'm going to hit you with some results. First, we had Jushin Thunder Liger, Ryusuke Taguchi, and ACH. Shout out
Go ACH.
Shout out to AAW or Freelance?
AAW.
Defeating Roppongi 3K, Shoyo, and Rocky Romero. Then we had Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian representing SoCal SCU, defeating Hangman Page and Chase Owens representing Bullet Club. Then we had Jeff Cobb, Chris Sabin, and Flip Gordon defeating Hiroki Goto, Beretta, and Chucky T. Then it starts to heat up with Zach Baber Jr.,
There's only one Zach Baber.
Lance Archer, and Davey Boy Smith Jr., which is KES, and Suzuki Gun defeating Naita, Sonata, Bushi, and Evil representing LIJ, Sans, Daryl. Then we had Jay White and Geto defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida. And then here's where it got crazy, guys. Excuse me.
Okay, sorry.
Excuse me. Geto won the match. They won the match with brass knuckles.
Okay, I just wanted you.
What are you, Maurice?
I just wanted you to just say that it was such a big thing. You just glazed over it like it was nothing. I just had to make I had to make a scene. Okay,
using brass knucks in Japan it's a big deal. It's not.
But we're in California.
It's a Japanese promotion. I don't care. Then Jay White.
You also didn't say the words Zack Sabre Jr. pinned.
Oh my god. I like the way the show is going for season 2.
I don't know.
Let's keep it going.
After the match, Jay White cut a promo on Tanahashi. And he said, "Hey, give me a shot at the G1 briefcase. I want a title shot." So then things start to get up. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship Tournament semifinal, we had Marty Scurll defeating Will Ospreay in quite possibly the most insane match of all time. We will get back to that.
Yeah, that was...
IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, GOD, Tamatonga and Tangaloa, otherwise known as Tanga and Tama, according to good old JR, and he did talk about barbecue sauce, so they are known on the website officially as Bullet Club Firing Squad / Bullet Club OG. That is how they're being marketed. Defeated the Young Bucks, who are now marketed as Bullet Club Elite. So they are starting to differentiate the factions. They defeated the Bucks. They are now with Taiji Ishimori. They are now the 6-man never openweight tag team champions and the IWGP heavyweight tag team champions. They got a lot of belts, player.
Oh man, what the fuck?
We got the IWGP United States Championship. Cody defeated Jesse Robinson, and he now holds the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP US Championship. It was amazing. He went from being cheered like a god at All In to being booed, like the ultimate villain for taking Juicy's title. But overall, it was great. Brandy Rhodes played a proper villain. And neckbeard alert, I didn't mind her outfit either. Next, we had the Golden Lovers defeating Okada and Tomohiro Ishii. And afterwards, Omega selling, there was some post-match talk discussing rematches, title shots, all that good stuff. And pretty much it's going to lead to the second ever triple threat match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in history at King of Pro Wrestling. Danielle La Flama Blanca, I know you watch this, and I know you have a lot to talk about because you put these notes in here, so I'm going to shut the hell up now.
I'm shaking in my seat. Okay, let's just all share a brief moment of the best match of the night. And I'm sorry, everybody, that has to go to the junior heavyweight match with Marty Scurll, or according to JR, Shirl. Which he is like me in mispronouncing everybody's names. So I kind of understand him.
Is Jerome on the podcast? What just happened?
Jerome?
Yeah, like from like the time, or I guess it would be Morris Day. No, because there's no.
I know
was sweating.
Morris Day when he goes. Ah! That's how he laughs at people.
So, Marty Scurll, Will Ospreay, that match made me go, "What the fuck?" at least 6 times. I am blown away every time I watch anything New Japan related, and that match just did it for me. I was like a little kid in a candy store watching that match, just with all the moves. I love the flippy shit. They had it all. I loved it.
I loved it.
Did any of you all watch this amazing match or any of the night? Hello?
No.
Hello?
No.
I watched the Ospreay Scurll. That's the only thing I watched because I was working at Wrigley because, potentially I was going to be working still at Wrigley, but then the Cubs fucked up my world. So,
Well, fuck the Cubs. I'm glad you watched Marty Scurll and Will Ospreay. I'm just gonna run past that comment. What was your favorite part of the match, Val?
Everything.
Awesome. You know what my number 2 favorite match of the night was?
What's that? Tell us.
just having God on my screen, baby.
Oh, okay.
Tama Tonga, not Tama Tonga. Tama Tonga on my screen makes me a happy girl, so that's my number 2 match of the night.
Tama Tonga's Donga.
Ooh.
Get it, Pat?
Yes, I get it. I get it.
All right, guys. All right, thank you, Danielle. Guys, we have 33. We were supposed to do a 90-minute show, which means we'd have to end it in 3 minutes. So, Val, hit us with the Chicago update.
We are not finished the show. Why are you ending it? We have a lot to still cover. We have
3 minutes.
We have the Chicago update. We have the penitentiary. Yeah. Shoot, we have a lot to fill the time.
So Val is the warden of the Chicago penitentiary. And she's the only warden on earth with 2 puppies that go everywhere with her. So Val, hit us with Chicago updates. Hit us with some plugs, and then take us into the penitentiary.
This past weekend, AAW put on not 1 but 2 stellar shows at Logan Square Auditorium. The Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament. Jim was an integral part as one of the owners and producers of AAW. Unfortunately, he passed a few years ago, so this is the tournament in his honor, and it was sick, like the entire night. The guy that I preached the gospel to you guys about, Sammy Guevara, he killed in the tournament, and then he almost got killed by Sami Callihan in like a 32-second match. It was insane. The eventual main event for the Jim Lynam Memorial Trophy was ACH versus Sami Callihan, and that match was a banger, man. It was intense. It was so good, and I'm sure it'll be on High Spots or something along those lines. Definitely check out, the clips online if you can, because it was really, really, really amazing. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Sami Callihan ended up coming out on top. I'm sure that if you look for Wrestling with Unicorns, you will find many, many clips of this on all the interwebs, but great event. Also, Kylie Ray's returned to the ring against Scarlett Bordeaux. Kylie took the win. I'm not surprised, but I was also thrilled. It's one of the clips that I posted on our social media, on our Instagram, is Kylie's return to the ring and her victory. It was pretty great. But there's not very much wrestling going on this weekend in Chicago, which is kind of shocking to me that there's a vacant weekend here in Chicago. But Freelance, as I mentioned earlier tonight, returns to Logan Square Auditorium on Friday night, October 19th, with It Came From Beneath the Ring. If you haven't seen the artwork, it's amazing. There's Zombie GPA, Zombie Workhorseman, Zombie Kylie Ray. Like, it's really, really excellent artwork. Doors open at 8 p.m. Bell time is 9. Of course, we are 21 and over. There is a cash-only bar. But tickets are available now at freelancewrestling.com. And I got to say, you don't want to miss it. If you're a fan of the show and you're a fan of indie wrestling and you're a fan of yours truly, you should definitely come check it out. I can't say how much I'm involved, but I will say that there is a Halloween gimmick battle royale and a costume contest that you definitely want to check out. So, freelancewrestling.com. I hope to see you there. Every single person on the show, including myself, but maybe not the dogs. Hopefully we'll be there. But we're bringing back the Chicago Penitentiary, which any listeners to the show, we did it early on. It kind of faded away because, there was more love than rage, I think, overall amongst the crew here, the SOFF fam. But Pat, who is your entrant? Who are we going to be slamming the gates shut on?
You got to be Enzo Amore. You got to be. He debuted a new song on his Instagram stories. It was so bad that even Joey Janela had to chime in and say, "Can you be any more douchier than this guy right here?" And he tweeted that. So Enzo Amore, I hope you find whatever it is you want to do in life, and do it the right way. But music is not your thing, buddy. It's not your thing, buddy. And take it from a guy who got a song on the top selling racing video game in the world right now.
Yes! I need to give Patrick Pryor, a round of applause. I'm so proud of you, Pat. Congratulations.
Thank you. I am like, I was shocked. Like, I damn near cried. I turned the game on and I heard it, and I was just like, holy shit, I'm in the game. Like, that's, my
cool.
voice and my production is in a game that's going to be around for at least the next 2 years. So, but yeah, Enzo Amore, I'm sorry, dude. You got to get locked up, and hopefully your ass is in there for a long time until you don't have to do any music or wrestling anymore.
We got
So
a
That's
whole nother
fine.
meeting. We got a whole nother meeting for consensual penis in the penitentiary.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Holy moly, guacamole.
I don't really have anyone or anything like, Fabulous Moolah or, the the fucking terrible Miranda Rights Marshals. Like, I don't have anybody like piss me off so much. So I'm just saying Charlie Blackman of the Colorado Rockies, because I can't think of anybody in wrestling who pisses me off nearly as much as he and his shitty mullet/beard combo does. And he is the reason why I'm now currently fun employed. So fuck, slam that door. It's cool if you love Jesus, dude, but not on my watch. Stop fucking with my Cubs. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Well, I initially am gonna submit Michael Cole's commentary from the Mae Young Classic this past week, and that's just mainly because he kept apologizing for his previous commentary back in the 90s and the 2000s about how he represented women back at that time. He didn't blatantly say that phrase. I'm just gathering things he said from the past couple Mae Young Classic episodes and this past one. Dude, stop apologizing. We know as females, me and Val particularly, know that you're apologizing for a company who doesn't give a shit, but they're trying to make up for things. So, okay, I'll meet you halfway with your half-ass apology. So his ass, well, I don't know if him specifically, but I'm gonna really narrow it down for his specific commentary goes into the penitentiary this week.
All right, Ivan, who do you hate more than Michael Cole's shitty commentary?
No, I understand that once you are a pro wrestler or a impact sports athlete, you kind of sign up for this, and I know that within the sport people don't hold grudges about this type of thing because accidents happen. But I'm gonna throw Brie Bella's ass in there for botching a kick and giving Liv Morgan a concussion
for being mode.
Yeah, yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
She kneed her in the face. Like when she kicked her, it was just like biff twice.
It was just, and it was like a mini botch and then a huge botch. It's just like, man, come on. Like, I don't even want to go into my thoughts on them just being back and part of the situation going on right now. But that alone, throw her. I mean, I kind of don't want to throw her in there because then Michael Cole and Enzo Amore and Charlie Blackman have a woman in there with them. But that's
just kick them all in the face. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She'll take care of the problem.
But did you guys notice that the point this week? I don't know if you guys, other than Patrick and I, watched Raw, and I say that because typically it's usually one of the two of us that covers it.
Very true.
I did not.
If you can watch the clip,
accurate.
There's actually people that point out how botched it was. It was like a botch Bella move or whatever, which I feel bad even saying that. But there was a point where Brie punches Ruby Riott straight in the face, and holy living fuck, I've never seen such a good no sell of being punched in the face. Ruby didn't even flinch, like she was fucking Robert Patrick in Terminator 2 made out of liquid metal. It was so good. So if you want to feel a little vindication for Liv Morgan, who just got cleared for her return, she's fine, and she has no ill will towards Brie. It's just more the viewers are not happy, and I understand that. But if you want a little subtle icing on the cake, just watch Brie Bella punching Ruby Riott, who doesn't even flinch. It's amazing.
It's pretty apparent of the difference in wrestling style with the women specifically on the pre-woman's evolution versus what it is right now. And what I mean is Brie Bella and Nikki Bella's performances compared to the current roster of badass women they have. I mean, you could tell the style, you can see the difference blatantly in your face of how they were trained, let alone their background history in wrestling. So
I get that concept, but I feel like as an athlete that has to recover from injury and the sport that I play changes so often, and as many times as I have had like currently I have a really gnarly sprained ankle, and so I'm walking around in Das Boot. And when I come back, it's, I'll have been at least 2 to 3 months off skates, and 2 to 3 months is not that bad, and you can recover from it. But when I had life-saving surgery, I was out for 9.5 months. And when I came back, holy shit, was the world of roller derby different. And so, Brie was out because she had a baby. So she was out for over a year. And Nikki had, her neck surgery. And you have to alter your style of gameplay or wrestling, I suppose, when you have a major surgery that, in theory, should be career-ending. So while I don't disagree with you, I think that they have the stink of the Divas Challenge, like the Diva Search, on them that really more so than their current skill set. I think they just have some gnarly-ass ring rust, but they keep getting pushed to the forefront because they are or were or what have you, the face of the women's division for so long. And they do have a lot to do with the revolution into evolution. They really, truly do, whether people like them or not. So I don't know. I'm trying to wait and give them a chance still, because the fact that, Nikki can't do the rack attack anymore and she changed it to rack attack 2.0. I think that she, of the two of them, is definitely the better, I don't want to say ring technician, because that should not be applicable to either of them.
No, she is definitely the stronger wrestler of the duo.
Brie even said when she did that dive and just fucked it up completely and dove into no one, she was, I'm really not used to being 10 pounds heavier. And I'll tell you what, when I used to weigh 226 and I was, a little bit of chubby but a whole lot of muscle, I hit very differently, and I did not jump through the pack and things like that. When I dropped to 165, 170 because I got so sick, I played very differently when I came back. So, even 10 pounds, granted, that was a lot more than 10 pounds. And now I'm hovering around the 190s. It's a big, big difference if you're used to doing that dive at 105 pounds to 115 or 125 or 135 or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like part of it is because of the expectations we have because of the Diva Search. And so we're just get out of here, garbage people. But then part of me is yeah, but without the Diva Search, we wouldn't be where we are today, because it still would be tits and ass and puppies. You know what I mean?
Wolf. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But that's me being a feminist and supporting all women.
Yes, I'm with you too. You can't see it, but I'm raising my fist in the air. Definitely with you.
It's the kinky pig.
It's a virtual raise of your fist.
This shit is disgusting, by the way. It's not even worth $9.48, just so you guys know.
All right, so I guess we can
Oh god, it's so bad. Ugh.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm saying I took a swig of the kinky pink straight from the bottle, and it's really not good.
Oh my goodness. Well, Pat, why don't you lead us into the social media shout outs this week?
Okay. The bartender at Nisei Lounge, and I just see her Twitter handle is Nisei Lou. I guess that's short for Nisei Lounge.
No, her name is Lou. Her name is Lou.
Okay, well, Lou, thank you for putting together you're going to put together a cran apple malort for me. I appreciate that. I also want to give a shout out to Warrior Wrestling, because they're returning in January.
And, that means another SFOF familiar reunion.
I think
hopefully before then, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have a date before. I think the date is January 25th, if I can remember.
No, it's
But
actually January 5th because I'm supposed to be
okay,
in
5th.
Florida at the House of the Mouse celebrating my birthday.
House of
But
the Mouse.
yeah, so I
Oh,
wasn't coming
that's
till the
right.
6th. I might have to come home on the 5th.
Yeah, so shout out to them. I'm pretty sure that show's going to be great. And from what I'm hearing, Brian Cage will be at that show because he has to defend his title. So that would be pretty dope. And I guess I just want to shout out everyone that went out and whether it was them getting it on the Xbox Game Pass or if they went and bought the fucking game Forza Horizon 4. Um, Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. The support and driving badass cars, listening to music that I created, and hopefully I can. Hopefully this leads into something even better. So yeah, those are my shout outs. But yeah, definitely ready for the Cran Apple Malort. I mean, if white people can get pumpkin spice Malort, then I can definitely get Cran Apple.
They actually denied pumpkin spice malort. Somebody brought it up and they were like, no, not here, not ever, not no.
Oh, thank you.
They were like, this isn't that kind of a bar. If you want to be basic, take your ass elsewhere. This is a
Yeah.
dive bar. Fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. So shout out. No pumpkin spice Lord, but cran apple. I don't think that was bad.
No, I think it's gonna be great.
Right.
Speaking of great, I want to give a little bit of love to Kylie Ray for her amazing return to the ring last weekend. If you recall, she broke her collarbone pretty gnarly style when she was in Japan at Stardom, and she had to have some pretty intense surgery, and she wasn't able to wrestle for a couple months now, but she had a fantastic return. So you should follow her on I am Kylie Ray, KYLIERAE, Smiley Kylie Ray. I guarantee that she would have been in the Mae Young Classic. Like, I just feel it every single fiber of my being that there are huge things happening on the horizon for this amazing woman. And but opportunity knocks when it's supposed to. So hopefully her injury, she seems to be recovered 100%. She's amazing. So definitely check her out. Of course, give AAW Pro a follow. And our good friends the Married Marks, we're throwing a little love our way this week. So I just want to return the favor to my girl Shannon, the Smarky Betch. She is the female half of the Married Marks, and she's actually going to be rolling solo this week as her husband is out of town. So she's hosting, I believe, her first solo podcast. So I'm like super excited.
Woo-hoo!
So, it's pretty exciting. SMARKYBETCH, Smarky Betch. Yeah, give her a follow. And then,
she's really dope.
All the love to the women in tech and the women in podcasting.
Well, then maybe you should follow Freelance Wrestling, because at Freelance WRES, you will see that they're posting some awesome backstage work that I did with some of the guys and some of the girls, and pretty excited. They just posted up a piece that I did with Eric Cannon. He'll be taking on, I believe, All Ego Ethan Page on October 19th. So, yeah, check out at Freelance WRES. There you go. Hug it out. Boston Hug Connections on sale, everybody. Just, the ampersand is on sale.
Yes, I love it. All right, I'm gonna shout out an old school listener who goes by the name The Valiant Soul, and on the Twitter, it'll be at Art Soul Life. If you all are interested, he
I know that guy.
is always shouting us out.
Awesome.
Amazing guy, always giving us love. SFOF gang, SFOF familia, amazing guy. Love him, giving him a nice little hug and kiss from the SFOF familia.
But not the
here.
Boston Hug connection.
No, because I don't believe in it. And if I don't believe in it, I'm not going to project it out into any of the fans of the universe.
That's funny.
No ampersand.
SFOF gang, yeah. SFOF gang, yeah. SFOF, SFOF, SFOF gang.
Oh man.
Black Market Ivan, who are you shouting out this week?
Whiskey.
I'm just gonna shout out the huge Two Heels in a Face podcast for posting the podcast of Val Capone and La Flama Blanca talking to them at the VIP Fan Fest at Warrior Wrestling 2. Check that out.
Woo woo!
And then
Yeah.
also related to that show, Wrestling with Unicorns, and to the main man running that site for the Latino representation
Yes.
in the podcasting world. I appreciate that. Good to see that. So, and just overall, everyone else showering us with love. Golden showering us with love.
Ooh,
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
that's the only kind of shower I take.
Whoa. Calm down, Putin and Trump.
Giving us the R. Kelly treatment.
No. Oh, great. You just made Patrick leave.
Oh my God, he did escape from the podcast. That means, y'all, season 2, my ass is coming for him. So,
What?
Pat, bring it on, motherfucker! You're gonna bail out of the show.
You're just giving him sound bites. You're just giving him drunk sound bites.
Oh my God. Miss you, Daniel.
Oh goodness gracious, the alcohol's flowing.
Pat, we finna get you.